how's it going, guys? So, there's this film out in theaters right now. The movie is called Swiss Army Man. It is a film directed by Daniels. And, yeah, it's a movie that stars Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe. And that's pretty much it. The premise of this film is very interesting. It follows Paul Dano's character. His name is Hank. And, Hank is lost in this forest on this island. And he wants to find his way home, but he can't. And he figured he's just gonna kill himself. He's gonna commit suicide. So, as he is about to commit suicide, he sees a dead body wash up on the shore. And that body is played by Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe. And his name in the film is Hank. So he stops what he's doing and he goes up to the dead body, but as he soon realizes it's a dead body, he just decides he's just gonna keep killing himself, because what's he gonna do with the dead body? That is until the corpse starts farting, and it starts farting, and farting, and it keeps on farting, and there's a lot of fart jokes in this film, and the corpse is just constantly farting to the point where it's farting its way back into the shore, and Paul Dano soon realizes that this corpse may have some special powers, and that it eventually even learns to talk, and it ends up talking to him, and it can do all this other cool stuff. So, basically, the entire movie follows the film follows Paul Dano's character and Daniel Radcliffe's character, who he soon finds out his name is Manny in the film. It's just about how they soon become best friends, and, you know, they're trying to find their way back home, and they try to do it together by, you know, teaming up and being friends, and that is the story, ladies and gentlemen, of Swiss Army Man in a nutshell. A movie about a farting corpse with magical powers who becomes best friends with this guy who also has some problems, and he's also trying to find his way back home. So yeah, that's the story of Swiss Army Man for you, and yeah, wow. Guys, 2016 has just been a shit year. Like, this is honestly just a really, really bad year. You know, from the presidential election, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and we have all the mass shootings going around, like the ones in Orlando, and, you know, there was recently, like, a bombing at, you know, an airport in Turkey, and we also have the Zika virus going around. We just have all this stuff, and just 2016 has just overall been a very, very messy year, and the year is only halfway over, and it's, you know, already just, like, a really shit year, but, as for film, 2016 has been an incredible year for movies. An incredible year. Rarely will I ever call a movie perfect. I have called movies great, fantastic, amazing. I've said before that this is the best film of the year. I have said before that this is the best film I've seen in years. But never have I really said that a movie has been perfect. I'm telling you right now, guys, Swiss Army Man may be a perfect movie. It may just be a perfect movie. In fact, 2 movies came out this year that I would actually consider to be perfect. That is The Witch and Swiss Army Man. These 2 films are currently my favorite movies at the moment, and they are so good. They are very, very good movies. But it's not only these movies, that's the thing. There are so many other great films that came out this year. I have so far been very, very impressed by the movies that have come out this year. Like, it's been a very, very good year for movies. A very shit year in general, but a very, very good year for movies. And while we have people moping around about how shitty of a year this is, and it is a very shitty year, you know, we have these movies out right now. These fantastic movies that are out right now that you can go see. These people have created their own stories to allow for you to watch and sit down for your entertainment and for, you know, to escape reality. That's what movies are all about. So you can go watch them, you know, forget all your problems so they can just sit down and have a good time for 2 hours and just watch a movie. Just turn their brain off and just watch a really good movie. And there are so many great movies out there right now. And you could be watching all those movies during this really shitty year. And Swiss Army Man is one of those movies, ladies and gentlemen. This movie is fantastic. I don't care what the critics are saying. I don't care what people are saying. This movie is incredible. Now, for those of you who have never heard of this movie before, or have heard of this movie but thought it looked really stupid, you're probably a little confused right now on why I'm, you know, praising this movie so much. And honestly, I don't know what to tell you. Just go see it. Like, I don't want to talk much about it, honestly. I just want you to go watch this movie because it's really kind of a very underrated film. You know, I know there's a lot of people talking about it, and they're talking about how it's like a really great movie, but I feel like there's a lot of people who are, you know, not aware of this film, who need to go see it. What makes Swiss Army Man so good? Well, the movie is extremely original. It's one of the most original films I have ever seen, and I know I say this a lot, but there really is no other movie out there like this, and I really, really mean it this time. Like, this movie, I've never seen anything like it. And to me, those are the best kind of movies. We just need more movies like this out there today. Whether you love or hate this film, you have to admit that this movie is just extremely original, extremely unique, and there is literally nothing out there, you know, that is like this. And that is the biggest compliment I could ever give a film. And not only is it completely original, but it is also extremely well directed and extremely well acted, especially from Daniel Radcliffe, and Paul Dano does a great job too. They both do like a fantastic job. The chemistry between these two characters, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but the chemistry between a living human being and a dead body, like, really, really works. And this is honestly the best on-screen chemistry that I have seen in ever. Like, it's just, the chemistry between these two friends is amazing. Daniel's also doing an extremely well job directing this film. Like, this is a very, very well directed movie, and this is their directorial debut. Like, you know, this is the first movie that they've ever done. I believe they did, like, a couple of music videos back before they made, you know, Swiss Army Men, and I don't quite know what music videos those are, but all I know is that this is the first full-length feature film that they have ever done, and it is so good, you know, so good for a directorial debut. Like, good job. And another thing, almost all of the effects in this film are practical. They're almost all practical. They actually took some time out of their way to make almost all of the effects in this movie practical. Like, that's insane. There's a scene that involves a bear, and that is a real bear, ladies and gentlemen. That is a real-life bear. And there's also a scene in this film where Manny actually finds out what a woman is, and he gets a boner. And that boner is an animatronic boner. Like, it is a real boner that, you know, they put in his pants, and it moves around, and they control it with the joystick. Like, just little stuff like that is really what makes this movie kind of amazing. Like, I just can't believe that, you know, almost all the stuff in this movie is practical, besides, you know, the really obvious stuff that isn't practical effects. And you honestly just have to respect it for that, because Daniel's put, like, a lot of time and effort into making this really, really unique and original film. But yes, the chemistry between these two characters is just so good. And, Manny, the dead body, he comes back to life and he starts talking again, but, you know, he's kind of just unaware of everything that is life, if that makes sense. Like, even though he is talking now and he has powers, he's still unaware of what a woman is, or what a tree is, or what anything is. He doesn't know what a movie is. He doesn't know, you know, what pretty much anything is. So, throughout the whole movie, Paul Dano's character, Hank, is basically just, you know, trying to teach him, you know, all this stuff about, you know, what the outside world is like, and what people are like, and what cities are like, and what, you know, mannerisms and all that other stuff is like, and how people, you know, just interact with each other, how all that is like. And, you know, it's just, they're stuck in this forest, and they have yet to, you know, go to, like, a civilized, you know, world. And it's just really interesting to see this guy talk to a dead body about how the civilized world is. And it's just, you know, you want them to get there so bad towards the end of the film. And just, that is another thing I'm about to talk about, is the ending. Holy shit, the ending to this movie is incredible. It may be one of the best endings to a movie I've ever seen, honestly. Like, it's just, it's so great. I know a lot of people hate the ending, like, they just hate the third act just overall. I know people who can't stand it, but personally, I absolutely love the ending. I think it's perfect. I don't think there could be any other better way to end this film. It's just, it's amazing. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you at all, but just please watch this movie, at least for the ending. The ending really catches you off guard, and it's just, it's really, really good. Now, from how I'm describing this movie to you, you may already realize that the movie is funny. It's supposed to be funny. It's, you know, at even some parts hysterically funny. Like, I was laughing my ass off watching this movie. But one thing that really surprised me about this movie is how emotional it is, and how emotional it gets, and how this movie actually has, like, a lot of heart. It's just, there are some moments in this movie that are just flat out emotional. Like, I can't explain it. Like, it's just, I was almost crying watching this movie about a farting corpse, and that's weird to say, but it's true. This is a film that tackles on some very serious subject matters, such as loneliness, and, you know, friendship, and teamwork, and trying to, you know, get to point A to point B, but in order to do that, you have to, you know, there has to be some teamwork going on. But it's the chemistry between these two characters that actually really, really works. And all at the same time, the movie is both hilarious and heartbreaking. Like, I just felt so many emotions throughout this movie. I really didn't know how to feel about it, you know, when I walked out. All I knew is that it was a really great movie, and I really loved it, but just, you know, the movie, I really needed some time to think about it before I actually sat down and reviewed it for you, which is why I'm kind of late on this review, by the way. But yeah, guys, I honestly cannot wait to see this movie again. Like, I want to see it 1,000 more times before it leaves the theater, and I'm most definitely picking this movie up when it comes out on Blu-ray. I need this movie in my collection. This is a must-have for me. I need it. But yeah, this movie is fantastic. The score, the soundtrack to this movie is incredible. It's one of the best soundtracks of the year by far. The entire score of this film is a cappella singing, because they're on an island, and there's no music on this island, so they create their own music. So it's all a cappella singing. Like, How genius is that? Also, I don't know if you guys are aware of the band Manchester Orchestra, but they did some of the songs on the soundtrack, which I think is really, really awesome. It's just... everything about this movie is great. I know I'm just gushing all over this movie right now, but just literally, I could go on and on and on about how amazing of a film this is, but honestly, like I mentioned before, this is a perfect movie, and I would not change a single thing about this movie at all. Like, this to me is what a perfect film is, and I wouldn't change anything about it. I think it's perfect. I think it's a great movie. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. It's perfect, and I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about it, from the acting, the directing, the writing, you know, the soundtrack, just everything about this movie is perfect, and I have not seen a movie this perfect since I've seen The Witch, and, you know, that's another thing. This year has been an incredible year for movies. There have been 2 perfect movies that have came out this year so far, and the year's not even over yet. It's only halfway over, and that's, to me, is just... that's incredible. And this is a really bad year, but we're getting all these amazing movies, and it makes me really happy to see that, you know, people are making really great movies. Anyways, I'm just gonna shut up now. Just watch the movie for yourself. Overall, Swiss Army Man is perfect. Again, I have no complaints. It's a perfect movie. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It's one of the best movies I've seen this year. It's one of the best movies I've seen in a very, very long time. And I could honestly probably call this one of my all-time favorite movies as of right now. I cannot wait to watch this movie again. I'm sure as soon as I watch it more times, it's going to grow on me more and more and more. And yeah, this is just a fantastic film. And I know all of you are probably not going to agree with me on this one. I know there are people out there who hate this movie for whatever reason, and I just, for the life of me, cannot figure out why. I think it's because the premise is just really stupid and ridiculous, which it is. But whether you feel like you love or hate this film, just please at least give it a chance. Just go out and watch this movie, because the movie is so original, and we really do need more movies like this. So please just take some time out of your life just to watch Swiss Army Man, because people need to realize that this is the movie, you know, this is the kind of movie that we want to see more often, and we need more original films like this. So please just give this movie a chance. Whether you think you'll love it or hate it, just go watch this movie, please. I am highly, 100% recommending each and every one of you to go see Swiss Army Man. And that is it. I am done talking about this movie. Yeah, this is a fantastic film. I absolutely loved it. That is it. I'm Jacob Palacio. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Jacob Palacio. I already said that. I'll see you guys later. Bye.